Hi everybody. Happy Valentine's Day for those who had loved ones. So this video, as promised, is a video showing you all the projects, well at least most of them, that I have done creating the or using the Crafter's Companion outline dies. Remember, we had a couple of videos prior to this one where we used watercolor, we used alcohol marker, metallic pens, we used paper like acetate, watercolor paper, and on and on and on. Also, and vellum. So the first couple of shots you'll see a few pictures of some of the actual techniques, but then I'm going to pop in this video actual videos of the actual cards I made using whatever technique I did use, and then I'll talk a little bit about how I made them. So come on, let's go to the video, and I hope you enjoy the cards. If you haven't, please like, share, comment, subscribe. And again, I definitely want to say thank you to all the new viewers who have been subscribing in the past couple of days. We topped over 300 now, and I'm really excited about that. I know it's not 1,000, but I'm happy about it anyway. Okay, go on guys. Let's go see what's going on in the craft room. So here you see I created an easel card using that butterfly die, very beautiful. Used some watercolor markers, or the Aqua markers, to create this beautiful easel card. I tried to keep all the cards with a theme called Hello Friend, so you'll see that on all the cards. So this is one of my favorites. I love this card. The next card, which is also a watercolor card, but I actually took the die and I put it on vellum. And I used a beautiful embossing folder from a collection I have called Peacock. I can't remember, but it's one of Sarah's collections, special collections, and it was all with a peacock, and in that collection was a beautiful embossing folder. So I used that folder, used some gilding wax, took the die, put it on vellum, watercolored it using some Aqua pens, and then I actually put some foam on the back to give it a little dimension. So that's that card. So the next couple of cards you're going to see, I use my Spectrum Noir tri-blend markers on various types of paper. This particular one, and remember the tri-blend markers, they're the alcohol-based markers. So I love my tri-blend markers. So I use this beautiful die. I don't know the name of it, but if you guys go back to the first video, remember the first couple of videos, I even give you the names of the different outline dies. But this one I really liked. I really liked the bird, how it really came out nice. And it's just a pretty card. Yeah, and then I just kind of did a little generic matte layer, nothing special. I may end up changing that because it looks a little funny looking, but you know, the whole idea is just to take a look at the different coloring. So this is just on that smooth craft, I don't want to say crafting, that smooth white paper that Crafter's Companion sells. And even if you don't get it from Crafter's Companion, remember, as long as the paper can, I want to say spores, is that the word? Don't quote me y'all, but bottom line is your paper has to be in conjunction to whatever type of medium that you're using, whether it's alcohol, water base, or whatever. So this is what this paper is able to take alcohol based products, and again I use alcohol markers on this one here. Love this one too. So here's another card that I love a lot as well. And I also use my Tri-Blend alcohol markers on this. And I used it Vellum on the back. Now, I like this because it just seemed like they worked so well. I made this background months ago. I almost want to say, at this point, really, last year sometime. This background, the sunflower, I used one of my stencils, many stencils, we all have them, and then I used my resist inks on the stencil, and then I just kind of went through my pile of things to find some backgrounds for these dies, and this just worked out so perfectly. So again, this beautiful bird in flight, I don't know what it's called, again, watch the video. I think it's the first video on this series. I put it on some vellum. Now I'm going to tell you one thing that I found to be the most challenging thing about working with the vellum was if you wanted to cut it out as an outline, it had to be really, really careful. You had to go really, really slow because the vellum just cuts so easily. So I think that was one of the challenges. But I love this. I love the colors. The Hello Friend may be a little much for this particular card, so I may find a smaller stamp or something. But I just wanted to let you see that one. Love it. Now here's a card that I made. And I really like this one. Again, it is on vellum. It is using the Tri-Blend markers, but it is a Z-fold card. For the life of me, y'all, I don't know what I am doing when it comes to these Z-folds. I have the hardest time. I don't care how many times I watch the video, but the card came out quite beautiful. And if you notice, I put the sentiment in the side, and it folds up nice and flat. It goes into a 6x6 envelope. So the next couple of cards were a lot of fun. They were a little challenging because I was using construction weight acetate, but they came out quite lovely. I think I have a little bit more work to do on each of them, but I still like them. So first of all, the first card is this card here, and it's a dome card, and I wanted to, so I used the die, and I have it on a dome front. It's basically like a 6x6, and I used actually, I believe I used, yeah, you know what I used? I used the metallic markers to color it, and then used the construction acetate. So I love it. I really like it quite a bit. I think I might put a sentiment on the side, or I might just leave it plain like that on the front. But as you can see on the second photo, as it opens up, there's that rose again, and I put the outline in a really beautiful gold color instead of the black. And then I used Tri-Blend. I think that's Tri-Blend. That one was Tri-Blend. It was actually on acetate paper. So somewhere along the line, in there somewhere, there's going to be a sentiment. So the video, as you can see, once you get to the video, you'll see how it basically opens up. So yeah, really like this one too. Got a little bit of extra work to do to it. As you can notice, some of the panels and things aren't stuck down because sometimes when I do create cards, I like to kind of do things temporarily because I always end up changing it. I swear I do. I always do. Hey, let's go on to the next one. So this is really cool. So the first one is placed on acetate, on the heavy-duty acetate. And then when you look on the inside, you'll see it in vellum, on vellum, and I use the Tri-Blend markers. It's kind of cool because you see the color on one side, you know, see how I laid it on top of each other? I don't really know if that's going to fly, but I thought, hey, that's a different look. Tell me what you think about this card. Now I have to admit, I believe this is my absolute favorite card. I have seen this card, or these type of cards, so much on the internet where you emboss acetate. Now the one thing about that, remember, you're going to want to use construction acetate, which is a heavier acetate. So I found one of my embossing folders, I embossed it,
came out absolutely beautiful. Okay, one time I did have a hit or a miss, but for the most part, this one came out great. I used alcohol tribunal markers on some smooth white card, cut it out, which is absolutely beautiful. And I just love it. I love how everything blended. It just looks so pretty. And then I put like an orange ribbon with a small green ribbon down the side to break it up a little bit. And then when you see on the videos, you watch on the video, you'll see how what I had to do, which was a lot of work. I actually cut out 2 additional panels to cover up the back of the video, to cover up the back of the die, because you see one thing with alcohol markers, remember it bleeds through. So I wanted to cover that up, so I put a piece on the back of the die cut that you see there on the front, and then I put another one on the inside. Now I put that die, you see that die, it's gold, and I put it there, but actually that's where the sentiment would go, but I love the card so much I just stuck that on there anyway. I really love this one. I think this is 5 stars, thumbs up, let me know what you think. So the last 2 cards that I wanted to share with you today, because I didn't want this video to be too long, is I used the outline dies with the Spectrum Noir metallic pens. So here's the deal with this. You don't color on the inside of the die, but you turn it on the outside. So you turn it over on the back, and then you can color that way. And then what happens, a little hint, is once you turn it back over to the right side, you can also see where you missed any little spots, and you can go back over and color. Now, by doing it that way, you stay within the lines, pretty much within the lines of the die. I really, really like this one. I put it on, again, on a piece of acetate, but I used the metallic pens, and yeah, I really like this one. I think it came out lovely. And then the other one, as you can see, this one was pretty cool. Instead of having the die kind of go the way you've seen it, kind of straight, I angled it. And you'll see it on the video how it's designed, as well as I embossed. I used a really pretty embossing folder. And actually, that embossing folder is the same embossing folder that I used for the acetate card itself. I love that die. I've had, honey, look in your stash, you find stuff you didn't know you had. Because I've had that thing forever. It was brand new. I had to open it up out of the package. So I'm really glad I liked it. It came out quite lovely. So let's take a look at these last 2 videos. And then I hope that you have enjoyed this series of cards called Hello Friends, using the Crafter's Companion outline dies. Thank you guys for your support, and remember to like, share, subscribe, ring the bell, do all that stuff that you're supposed to do, okay? Alright, God bless you guys, and until the next video, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye!